Right, but this has to be the permissions. So click OK. So we try to fix it. Hopefully it will remain that way. Otherwise, we have to fix it again later. Right. So we have made the change to the secure the business process definition. So now what we have done is, within the sub-process, we have gone for another set of approvals. Right now, the manager will approve the compensation as well. Now do we need to put something here? Like here, you see, the manager is approving after the initiation, then the compensation is happening. And then you again have, and then you go forward. So can we move this approval down here and make it, let's say, consolidated approval? Shall we do that instead of approval? No, I mean up to you. We can do that. Or I mean, see, here we are going to have a manager approval. Then within the compensation also, we are going to have a manager approval, right? So let's consolidate, no. Because 2 times the manager has to approve, right? So let's try to make it a bit more efficient. So we go to business process and edit definition. So today's date is fine. Okay, and then, once we have it in edit mode, we have to make 2 changes. First is we have to change the sequence, right? We have to move this approval after the proposed compensation. So maybe BA right, so that it goes after the step B. And instead of approval, let's choose consolidated approval. Okay, so it is not allowing me to change this. Let's add a step then. Let's add a step called BA. And let's select consolidated approval, OK. And let's use manager. Alright, manager is the security group. And let me remove this other step from here. So consolidated approval we have introduced. Now you see the moment I do that consolidated approval and manager, you would see that it will throw an error. Okay, let's see. It starts throwing an error. The error says the step consolidated approval by manager is missing or invalid, right? So we have to configure this. And it also started throwing an error, saying that the completion step must occur after completion step, etc., etc. So now we have violated the rule that we had set for ourselves, right? Okay, completion step. We have defined it, but after the completion step, now we have an approval step. Is it allowed? No. Not allowed, right? So that's why Voct is not happy. It's giving an error. So first of all, let's try to fix the first error, which is regarding the consolidated approval. So we go to the related actions of the particular step. And then we go to business process and configure consolidated approval, right? Configure consolidated approval. So it will ask you, okay, which business or which sub-processes you want to configure. Items to include in approval page. Which are the items you want to include? You want the approval from hire and you want the hire from proposed compensation. Hire as well, isn't it? Because within the proposed compensation hire subprocess, there is another approval, correct? So now you can add this. And now which one should come first? First, you want the proposed compensation hire information. Then you want the hire information. So, yes, you can change the order as well when it comes to the manager for approval. Okay, so let's do that and click OK. So now the proposed compensation hire step, the information for proposed compensation hire, will be at the top of the manager for approval, and then the hire will be at the bottom. So they can review it and they can approve it together. Right, it will be combined into one approval for the manager. Got it. How to configure the consolidated approval. You have a task called Configure Consolidated Approval. You will have it in your assignment. So this is how you do it. Now there is this other error about the completion step. Now which step can be the completion step? The last approval step can be the completion step, right? Consolidated approval. The consolidated approval step can be the completion step. So we say that once the consolidated approval is done, the process is now complete, correct? So let's see if Workday is happy with that. So I have set the consolidated approval step to be the completion step. And the errors are gone. Right, the error is gone. We have this alert. That is fine. We have taken care of this alert by using conditional logic, right? So we have done it. And if I also want to restrict the fact that, if the manager is the one who has initiated this particular business process, they should not be able to approve it. Okay. Because, you see, anyway, we have consolidated the approval for the manager, right? The compensation approval is to be done by the manager. The hire approval is to be done by the manager. So manager has too much power, right? And maybe in the security group restrictions, the manager is not allowed to initiate. Well, that is still a relief. So even if I want to say that, if by any chance the manager is also the HR partner, right? So they should not have the ability to approve. If the manager is the one who has initiated, they should not have the ability to approve. So let's do that. Let's add a restriction. So you go to the related actions of the step and you go to business process and you have maintain advanced routing. Maintain advanced routing. You click on that and there you have in that, maintain advanced routing. You have the ability to restrict the routings, right? I will say, exclude initiator, exclude event. Subject. I will exclude them from the ability to approve. If somebody is the initiator, they should not be the approver, right? If somebody is the event subject, they should not be the approver, right? So now it is better that if this condition is, if somehow they are restricted, we should have the ability to have some other people do it, right? So let's say the HR partner M, I think HR partner M. Yeah, HR partner M has the ability to do the approval if, in case, the manager is not able to do it. Not able to do. It is not correct. If the manager is restricted from doing it, then the HR partner will do it, okay? If manager is the one who has initiated this particular transaction. Correct, it will automatically assign it to HR partner. Notification also will go. Yes, you see, it is mentioned here as well. The restriction is initiator or the subject and the alternate is H. Our partner M. So if for some reason the manager is restricted because they are the initiator or they are the subject, then automatically the H. Our partner M will be assigned this particular task, that is consolidated approval. Prior approver. Yeah. Prior approver yes. Well, here we do not have any other approval step, right? So that's why I did not choose that. I did not choose the prior approval step. If there were other approval steps in this business process, I would have. It would have made sense to choose prior approvers as well, but here it is not needed. If you want, you can definitely select that option if you want, but here it is not relevant.